Hi guys, welcome to this channel. So in today's tutorial, we're learning how to make this beautiful winged collar. So if this looks like what you would want to learn, do not forget to hit on the like and the subscribe button. Do well by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorials. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by. So you can actually go through the channel. We have other interesting tutorial on how to cut and sew different styles. And also endeavor to give this video a like this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can make this video go viral, okay, so that other soulmates can get to watch this as well. Please share this video, drop a comment, and let's get straight into the video. So guys, the first thing we are going to do, we are going to be marking 6 inches from the top of our pattern paper. You can go ahead and mark 5 inches, if 5 inches if you don't want your wing collar to be too long. So 6 is okay, I use 6. Then you go ahead and mark your bust point. So from my shoulder to my bust point is 9 inches, and also I'll go from the bust point, I'll go up by 1.5 to get my chest line, okay. So go ahead and mark at same. So from your bust point you always go by 1.5 to get your chest line. Next, we are going to be measuring or marking our half length from the shoulder to your waist, okay. So from the shoulder to our waist is 15 inches. So I've gone ahead to mark as well. This is our half length, our waistline. So on the shoulder line, I'll be dividing my shoulder measurements by 4, and the neck width is 2.5, and I also go down by 1 inch to get my shoulder slope. So if you've been following this channel, you should be familiar with all of this process, okay. So next, I'll measure my shoulder measurement. I'll mark it on my chest line to get my armhole line, okay. So go ahead and connect like so. I also go ahead and get the midpoint of my shoulder and go in by 0.5 or 0.75, okay. Then on my chest line, I'll divide my bust measurement by 4, mark, and I'll go ahead and connect these 3 lines together to get my armhole curve, okay. So this is our armhole curve. Next, I'm going to be measuring my bust span nipple to nipple, which is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So I'll go ahead and mark 3.5 on the bust point and chest line, and I'll come down by 1 inch on the bust point, and I'll be using 1 inch that I'll be marking half of an inch on both sides to get my waist dart. Then I'll connect to the bust point, okay. So I'll be adding my seam allowance of 1.5 and also divide my waist measurement by 4. What I have is 6.5. I'll replace my dart intake of 1 inch, and also I'll add 1.5 inch as a side seam allowance and go ahead and connect like so, okay. Also, the front half length is 15 while the back half length is 14. When you subtract, you are going to have 1 inch. So I'm going to come down on my bust point and mark 1 inch, then connect to my bust line. So you can actually achieve this by tying a rope or a tape around your waist. Then you take the measurement for the front and the back. You have 2 different values. You subtract in order to get that value. Also, I'm going to be marking my neck width. I'm going to be using neck width of 3.5. You can go ahead and make use of 4 inch if you want yours to be wider, but I'll be using 3.5, and I'll go ahead and cut. So basically, we are through with the drafting for the front. So guys, for this particular tutorial, please, when drafting, your pattern paper is going to be on 2 folds, okay. So if you open it up, this is what you would have, okay. So we need to fold our pattern paper into 2. So, and I'm going to be connecting like this from the top to my shoulder line. I'm going to connect this way, okay. Then I'll go ahead and cut out. So guys, I'm going to be connecting with all the way down like this. I want to determine the depth of my neck. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to be measuring between 6 inches, or you can use 7 inches, or you can use your chest line. That depends on you. So I'm going to be using 6 inches for my neck depth. Okay, so if you want it that way, it's if you want it seven, if you want to use 7 inches, it's fine. So I'll be cutting through, but when I'm transferring to my fabric, I'm not going to be cutting. Okay, so I just want to cut out so that you all can see what we've done so far, and you can see it's already looking like what we want. This is how you achieve a winged collar neck. Okay, so I'm going to tip it back and transfer back to my fabric, but before then we're going to be drafting the back pattern. So now remember, the back half length is going to be 14. I've gone ahead to mark 14 inches, okay, not 15. Also, I'll be marking 1.5 inches as our zipper allowance. So you're just going to connect like so. So this is our zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. Also, I'll be taking my shoulder measurement of 14 divided by 2, 7, and neck width of 2.5. From that point, I'll go down by 1 inch, then connect to 2.5 to get my shoulder slope. Also, I'll be taking my bust point measurement, although we don't really need this bust point. So from the bust point, you just go up by chest and by 1.5 to get the chest line. So that's just the essence. We don't need the bust point for the back because the back doesn't have bust. So this is our chest line, and I'll be marking 7 inch our shoulder measurement in order to get my armhole line. Okay, so we're going to divide our bust divided by 4 and mark, then connect to your armhole line to get your back armhole curve. So our neck width for the back is also 3.5. Then for the depth is 2 inches. I want a high neck, so if you want a lower one, you can do the same thing, you can make it lower. So I'll be adding zipper allowance of 1.5, just like we added to the back to the front. Then your waist measurement divided by 4, add 1 inch that, and 1.5 inches side seam allowance. Then you're going to connect to your chest line. So but my bust span is 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So I'll be marking 3.5 on the chest line and also on the waistline. Remember, our dart intake is 1 inch, half inch on both sides. So we'll connect all the way to the chest line, just like you see me doing. So guys, at this other center, the zipper side, I'll be going up by 1 inch or 1.5 in order to eliminate bulginess at the back. So just go ahead and connect like so to your side seam allowance. Okay, so we are going to be cutting this other part off. So guys, we are basically through with the back drafting, the drafting for the back. So just go ahead and cut out just like you see me doing. Okay, so guys, these are front and back pattern. Remember this side seam allowance, we are going to be stitching it. Okay, when we transfer to our fabric, we are going to be stitching the side, and also we are going to be stitching the waist as well. Okay, so label this is the front pattern and this is our back pattern. So guys, for the skirt part, I realized I didn't fold my pattern into two before drafting. So after drafting the first one, I had to redraft again, then I added it up. So when drafting, please fold your pattern into two because of the style that I actually wanted to achieve. Okay, so on the waistline, I'm going to be coming down by between 6 or 7 inches. Okay, so I'm going to take note of that 7 inches. I'll connect to the center of my hip line. Then at this other side, I'll be marking 4 inch. Okay, at the center line, I'm going to be marking 4 inch. Then I'll connect like so. Please make sure you must know how to draft your basic skirts block. Okay, so you know how to draft your basic skirt pattern. This will be easier. If you don't know, I have a tutorial in the channel, so you can go through it and learn how to draft a basic skirt pattern. Then you're just going to connect like so. Also, I'm going to be reducing the waistline because I realized I added 1 inches for the dart, but I will not be needing that for this tutorial. So I've reduced the waistline by 1 inch. Then I'm just going to cut out like so. Okay, so guys, we are good to go. I'm also going to be cutting out this tie line. Okay, then I'll go ahead and transfer to my fabric. So make sure you indicate so that you don't get to mix this up. So this is the upper part, and also you can indicate the arrow pointing towards the top. Just make sure you're able to understand after transferring to your fabric. Okay, so guys, after I was done transferring, I've gone ahead to add half of an inch all the way on the waist and at the top. And also for the skirt part, I already added half of an inch when I was drafting on the waist, so I only added half of an inch at this other side. And at the hem, I wanted it longer, so I added about 3 inches extra, or 2.5, so I wanted it longer. And also for this back, I've added half of an inch at the shoulder and also on the waistline. So also for this other part, I've added half of an inch, and also you add the same 3 inches or 2.5 inch for the length. Okay, because I want it longer a bit. So this is our sleeve. This is 14 inches by 12 inches. Okay, so just go ahead and mark out like this. Okay, so I don't want to show the process of cutting the sleeve because the video was already longer. So just your basic sleeve. Okay, then, and also I'm going to, this is the back pattern. I've gone ahead to transfer to my fabric. I didn't show you this other part too. So if you want to know how to achieve this, please, I have a tutorial on how to draft a skirt pattern. I'm just trying to notch out the darts for the back. Okay, so I only showed us the front because of that style line. So I've also cut my lining. I'll be using this fabric as a lining for this, for the front part. Okay, so remember this front extension, our neck, I'm going to determine it on my lining piece. Make sure you take note of these parts. So I'll be sewing half of an inch, and when I get to that point, I'm going to mark out this other neck depth extension. So extend it like so, mark it on your fabric. Then you're going to be measuring 6 inches. Okay, from your shoulder line you're going to be measuring 6 inches. So I'm going to be sewing in between that line. So I'll start from the other shoulder, then I'll stitch in between and stop here. Okay, I'll do that and show you what I mean. I don't want to open up the slit so that the neck will not be too wide. Also, I'll go ahead and sew the darts, the side dart, transfer my darts to my fabric. And also, can you see this dart? I'm going to transfer them to my fabric. And also, I'm going to be sewing this other side as well. Place them right side facing each other, and I'll be stitching using half of an inch. Okay, please, when doing this, you don't have to stretch it because the fabric that I'm using is a little bit stretching. I used crepe fabric for the two. Also for this back, I'll stitch the dart as well. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I stitched in between that line that I marked, that 6 inches that I came down. I've stitched that point. So I'm going to notch this other part to notch it out. Okay, then after notching, I'll come to this other line, other part too. I'm going to open up. You're going to be careful when slashing so that you don't cut the wrong way. Just take a close look and cut out gently. I'm going to cut out until I get to that 6 inches. For the yardage of this fabric, I use 2 inches for the crepe, the colored crepe, and the plain crepe I use 1 inch. So depending on your size. I've also gone ahead to add my darts, so stitch my dart. Okay, as you can see, I've stitched my dart. So I'll go ahead, and after I was done stitching this other part, this is what it looks like. Okay, so you're going to open it up, notch, and give it a good press. Also for the dart, for the back, as you can see, I've stitched the back dart. So right now I'm going to be placing them right side facing each other, then stitch the waistline. I'll do the same thing to the other side as well. Also for our sleeve, I'm going to be creating our channel. Just go ahead and fold in 1 inch. We want to create an elastic channel. I'll be adding my elastic to this part. So guys, I realized that I was going to I want the waist, the collar to be firm, so I've gone ahead to stitch the second time with my hemming gum. Okay, please go ahead and stitch on your with your hemming gun and not this other part again. Then I'll turn it out and show you and give it a good press and show you the final outcome, what it looks like. So for the waistline, I've gone ahead to actually stitch and I've given it a good press. So also for the sleeve, I've created the channel, I added my elastic, and also I pleated this other shoulder part. Okay, so you do the same thing to the second sleeve, add your elastic and pleat the shoulder. Okay, and also I've also gone ahead to iron this other part. As you can see, it's looking so pretty and beautiful already. Okay, so guys, also for this other part, I've gone ahead to turn it out and I gave it a good press. So that hemming gun actually helped me to achieve this. Okay, so as you can see, it's looking pretty already. Okay, so guys, I'm going to get the center of my waist. Okay, place them together and notch the center. You do the same thing and get the center of the skirt part too. Fold them into two and notch to get the center line. Then you're going to place them right side facing each other. Then you're going to be stitching using half of an inch. Okay, that was our seam allowance. After doing that, I'll go ahead and turn the neck. Okay, turn the neck with my bias and stitch this other sleeve side too on the wrong side. So guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. I open it up and give it a good press, and also I've turned the shoulder, the neck for the back. Okay, can you see? I've turned the neck for the back with my bias. So I'm going to be joining the shoulder. Since the front has a facing, I'm going to use the facing to turn the shoulder like so. I'll stitch using half of an inch so that we can actually cover up our rough edge for the shoulder. Go ahead and stitch using half of an inch. Okay, also I'm going to be placing my fabric on the right side. I'm going to be stitching half of an inch on both sides, and before then you're going to fold the hem of your gown, of the skirt part. Fold using 1 inch. So after stitching, this is what it looks like. Then I'll turn it to the wrong side and impute my body measurements. This is just a way to have a neat finishing. I've also gone ahead to stitch the shoulder. Can you see the sides? So, and I've also folded the hem of my gown. Please fold the hem before joining the two sides. So I've gone ahead to impute my body measurement. Okay, go ahead and impute your actual body measurement, and this is it. And also I've gone ahead to fix my sleeve to the dress. Can you see? So I've fixed my sleeve to my dress and it's looking pretty. Guys, we are almost through with this tutorial. The only thing left is our zipper allowance. We've not added our zip. Okay, but this other part is looking beautiful and I'm happy it's giving what it should. Also, I'll fix my zipper behind the camera and show you the final outcome. Remember to add slit at the back so you can be able to walk. Okay, so guys, this is the final outcome after I was done fixing the zipper, and I must confess this is actually pretty and looking beautiful. So please, if you are a new subscriber, please subscribe to this channel. Let's grow this channel together. If you like what you're seeing and if you enjoyed the tutorial, please also drop a comment, share this video and like this video. That's the most important thing. Please give this video a like this video so that YouTube can make this video go viral, so that other soulmates can get to see this video. Okay, and so we've come to the end of this tutorial. Until I see you in my next tutorial. Bye.